Sometimes life can knock you off the ground, but surprisingly, an encouraging word can hoist you back to your feet. What we all need is someone in our corner, someone like Dr. Tanji.
Hi, I have 3 questions for you. 1, have you discovered your purpose? 2, have you discovered your ability? And 3, are you planning your life's path?
Dr. Tanji has inspired audiences on radio stations throughout the US and in the Caribbean on KISS FM with the Dr. Tanji Show. Now, sister station Hot 7 TV teams up with KISS FM to bring the Dr. Tanji Show to television.
I will share my wealth of experience, my affinity to life, and assist you in fulfilling your call. By tuning in to the Dr. Tanji Show on Hot 7 TV and KISS FM, you and I will begin to explore the answers to these questions and many more. And in these challenging times, it's just what the doctor ordered. The Dr. Tanji Show comes to Hot 7 TV on the 4th of February. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am so not paying attention this morning. Happy Tuesday. It's your girl, Dr. Tanji, and I'm just trying to do better. Welcome to another experience with the Dr. Tanji Show. And if you do not know by now, man, I'm just going to slow it down and tell you how excited I am today. I'm grateful. I'm so grateful that I had people that believed in this show and still do and said there's a place for this show right here on KISS FM. And then I'm grateful that I have a gentle person, a gentle man that he's been doing it for so long, and when I ask him, man, you know, what is it that gets you up every morning and you're smiling and you're doing this? And he says, hey, I love what I do. And I believe it. You do. Good morning, Marlon.
Good morning, good morning. Yeah,
Yep.
I do love what
I
you
got
do.
you. You know, this show, what can you expect from this show? Here's what you can expect. If you're new to listening to the Dr. Tanji Show, you can expect an atmosphere that prayerfully will encourage you, that will motivate you, that will inspire you, that will push you if you need pushing and pull you if you need pulling. You can expect me every day, just about every day, God's willing and the creek doesn't rise, to show up, man. I don't have all of the answers, and I'm not even going to pretend like I do. But I've got someone who does. And I know that when there is a relationship with him, and I'm not talking religion, so if you're looking for a religious program, you might want to, like the kids say, just scroll up, turn the station. But if you're looking for a program that is going to hold you accountable, one that's going to be open, honest, and sincere with you, one that will never give you an opinion, because in God's kingdom it does not matter, then you've got the right show. This show was founded on kingdom principles about 4 years ago, 5 years ago now. And when you think about a kingdom principle, I really want you to think about God's original intent for his law. We're not taking the law and rearranging anything. We know better. I'm no dummy. I'm not. But when you think of God's kingdom, you think of his invisible government where he truly reigns, right? But he's given us dominion in the earth. And we can do exactly what we're supposed to do in the earth with the time that we have if we pay attention to the word. And in that word, we're talking his law, okay? So, but that is the founding principles or the tenet of the show. And what I really honestly, truly love about doing this show, and like I said, I've been doing it now for about 5 years. We started in Los Angeles and now we're here, is that I off air get to meet people that will say, you have no earthly idea, what you've spoken in my life, or thank you for being transparent and thank you for being honest. And I'm thinking, it's just, I am what I am, and there's no pretense. My objective is real clear and very, very simple. I want to see you win. I gotta see you win. I must see you win. It is my job. It is my duty to see you win in everything that you put your hands to. And I mean that, and especially to my business people. I've not forgotten, and I'm grateful for the opportunity that I am getting now to bring people on the show and talk about their business and all of that good stuff. We've got a gentleman coming tomorrow. I don't want to spoil it, but he's been on Shark Tank. He was just on Shark Tank about 3 weeks ago and did some amazing things with some of the judges. And I don't want to spoil it, but he's going to give a rendition of his story. And believe it or not, he's from an island too. How about that? So you can't say, well, he's from the States. Nope. There is absolutely nothing that can stop you, no matter where you are, where you were born. Nothing can stop you. It cannot. Not even you. I had a conversation with a gentle giant, and we were kind of discussing, what gives when you are, you're doing things, and is it a mindset? And he said it. You spoke the words very eloquently. It really is. Everything happens in the mind. So thank you for your wisdom, sir. Now, before we get started, I want to say good morning to Miss Calista, Miss Ella, Miss Joanne, and nephew GOV'T-AN. And all of these wonderful souls are at the Purdy House of Roti. And I think it's Grossy Lay. And when I tell you that this woman has a smile, oh dear God, she's so inviting that I just want to hug her and tell her, you know what, you make me feel like I can do anything, no matter what she goes through. And I don't know what she's had to go through to stand, but I thank them so very much for their hospitality, for their love, for them making me feel like I was welcome. So ladies, keep it up. Thank you so very much. All right, we will discuss a principle that I'm still learning every time I get ready to do something that's whether it's in my business or whether it's an assignment from God. This principle kind of kicks me and tells me, okay, what you gonna do now? But it's simply, what do you do? What do you do when what you see is not what you saw? What do you do when what you see is not what you saw? I've got 3 keys to help you along the way.
Your grace and mercies brought me over. I'm out my way now. You take over. Try to fight it. Drew me closer. I can't go back. The door to closer. You're my Jehovah. God easy. Don't need no one else. 'Cause you complete me. Can't speak discreetly. So I see your grace. And it's much clearer now 'cause you remove my head. This is so merciful. Yeah.
I'm paying attention now. You know, there have been times in my life, and we're gonna be disclosing some things in the spirit of honesty, openness, and sincerity. There have been times in my life when I have literally had to face some of the darkest, some of the scariest situations and circumstances. See, I think with me, because I really believe that God has given me the gift of faith, right? And I just believe that anything is possible. I don't really care what the situation or circumstance looks like. I really don't care if I have gotten down to my last. I'm borrowing from folk just to make ends meet. I just believe that even in that, He was gracing me. He was kind of showing me off that your faith is what's going to allow you to get through this. There were times when I would walk the floor all night, especially on a Thursday night, because Friday was payday, right? So once upon a time in my business, and I'm seeing all of these patients, and I've got home, you know, the CNAs, they're seeing patients, and we're doing these things, but the money is being held up. It's not that I was just sending folk out on bogus jobs and wasn't paying them and was hoarding all of the funds. No, it was, we're doing the work. I'm literally rolling up my sleeves with the aides, right? Only to discover that we won't get paid for months. Now, what do you do when you've got 47 folk that are waiting on a paycheck, including you, and you don't have it? You what do you do? How are you going to tell a mother? And this is me talking to myself on Thursday night because Friday morning was coming, whether I wanted to participate or not. But how do you grapple with going and telling someone, I love you so much, but I can't pay you? How do you explain to a mother who has children that are depending on her? Those were situations and circumstances, even with an MD degree, that I had to go through. It was such a troubling time that I couldn't even pray for myself. My only prayer was, God, would you please pick up somebody's prayer and petitions that may be praying for me? Because, Daddy, I got to be honest with you. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. And what do you do? What do you do when what you're looking at, what you see, is not what you saw? You could not have told me that 10 years into owning the business that I'd still have ebbs and flows. No, man, no. We're 10 years in the game. We should be winning. What do you do? That's the question that I pose to you right now. You that may be listening, you that may be going through some things that you really hadn't told anybody about because you're too ashamed or you're too embarrassed. I'm talking to my dear friends. And I need you to know something, right? That when you are in precarious circumstances and you're faced with insurmountable decisions that you've got to make, one of the things that, this is not a key, this is just me talking to you, there's absolutely nothing wrong with being open, honest, and sincere and saying, I don't know what to do. There's absolutely nothing wrong with going to God, really, and just, who else can you be honest with if you cannot be honest with your Creator, with our Daddy? Who else can take a load, man, that nobody else? You know, we've got friends that will listen and they'll give their opinion, but at the end of the day, you don't really want to be bothered with an opinion. You want to go to the source that knows everything, knows exactly where you are. See, I had to unlearn everything that I had learned or that I thought I knew about decision making and processes and just life itself. But what I learned was that the more I stay in his presence, the more I gain valuable insight. The more I worship, the more he just does what he does. The more I remove myself, and I say remove myself from the situation by thinking of the what ifs. See, there has got to be a time in your life when you're going through things that your perspective change, because if you don't change your perspective, and I know this because I suffered this blight, if you don't change your perspective, for 8 years, thoughts and memories haunted me. That was my that was my plight. For 8 years, me not changing my perspective, how I was seeing things, was causing me so much grief unnecessarily. So there are 3 keys that I want you to consider when what you see is not what you saw. Whether it was in your dream, whether it was in your imagination, whether it was you writing down things that you wanted to see. If what you saw when you were in that place is not what you're seeing now, consider this. There will always be a time when you must use your faith. You might as well make it a lifestyle, because it is truly impossible to do anything without faith. I think I said that. Faith is our currency. Yeah, I know we need money. No, I'm not holier than thou. We need money to pay the bills, to do those things that we enjoy doing. But without faith, all your money with no faith, you still can't please the one who gave it to you. Yeah, that's what I said. Use your faith as your lifestyle and make sure it has an object. And that object, honestly, doesn't necessarily have to be in what you want to see. The object of your faith is always God and His power. Not what He does or don't do, but the fact that He can. That's powerful. The second thing, the second key to use, if what you are seeing is not what you saw, the second key is do all you can do physically to make things better, keeping in mind that it's often your perspective, and me and my gentle giant talked about it earlier, is that perspective. So, it's written in our Constitution, right, that God will never leave us nor forsake us. It's written. It's also written that He'll never give you more than you can bear, or He'll never tempt you above that which you can stand. Just that alone. With you doing what you're supposed to do and knowing that He has already done what He was supposed to do, there's absolutely nothing that you can't conquer. And I really need you to believe that. The third key, keep in mind that you have been given the ability to create, to build, but here's a caveat to that. You cannot do it by yourself. What good is it for an architect, to have the plans to build a massive building, What good is it if he is also the contractor, he's also the foreman, he's also the bricklayer, he's also the cement guy, he's also the only employee? That sounds ludicrous, right? So what you saying, Doc? As you are keeping physically doing what you can do, as you make certain that your perspective change, would you please ask for help? Please do not try to do life. Do not try to do anything that is worth anything by yourself. And I'm not saying something great or grand or majestic. Just simply everyday life. If you need help, people don't know you need it unless you ask, baby. That's what my mama used to say. I don't know you have a need if you don't ask. Again, I don't have all of the answers, but I really do know who does. And your experience and my experience and his experience and our experiences can be used as markers, as testimonies to encourage us to not quit. So what happens when what you see is not what you saw? You definitely do not quit until you win. All right? Now, 450-5477 will get you with me on the air. 758-450-5477 is the WhatsApp. 450-5477 is the call-in number. Because, I kind of need to hear from you. I do. Whoever's listening and you've got something to add, or you want to tell us what you do when you are faced with what you're seeing, not matching, or like the kids would say, leveling up with what you saw. What do you do? 450-5477 off air, 470-534-2216, and all social media platforms at Dr. Tanji Show. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. And very soon I'll be unveiling my very new website. And I'm really, really excited about that. 450-5477.
All right, so I think, okay, let me get my mic. Let's see, I've got a few messages here. So maybe we can go through these messages.
Yes,
WhatsApp messages. Good morning, Dr. Tanji and Marlon. Thank you once again for the hope and the comfort that you are bringing to my life. Bless you. And a message here from Luciana John this morning. Yes.
I love Luciana John.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much.
Yes. This one says, good morning, Dr. Tanji and Marlon. Yes, as it is written, without faith, it is impossible to please God. And also, we must put it into action, or faith without works is dead. Good encouragement as usual. Another usual listener in the morning, Sherwin Wilson.
Miss Sherwin Wilson. Thank you so very much. Did I thank Miss Wences for yesterday's gift?
You did, but you can never thank her enough.
Hey, man, I am going to look so cool. Thank you so much, Miss Wences.
Did you go home and
try it out? You know I tried that. Oh, you know I tried that thing. Oh, the dress. I mean, it's as if this woman had a measuring tape and measured me, but she didn't.
Yeah.
She looked at me and said, "Oh, okay, you're this and this and this."
Really?
Yeah. So when I tried it on, it says it's tailor made.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So thank you, ma'am. I'm looking forward to you opening your boutique.
When you said that she just looked at you, had she seen you in person?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So she just saw you and like, okay.
Yeah, she came and she came up here and she said, "I want to do something nice for you." And she just looked and she said, "Okay." Because I never could go by her shop to get measured.
Right.
So she had already measured me.
Okay.
And measured me perfectly.
Wow, then she must be really
She
really
is,
good at what she
man.
does.
Oh, I'm getting
Good
chill
morning.
bumps. Thank you, Miss Winston.
Thanks for the reminder, Dr. Tanji. I'm loving it. Let's see. Many more listeners are added to our program. Let God be praised continually. Hello, Marlon, Barbara here. Not quitting at all. I love you guys. Yeah, we love you too.
Oh my gosh, Miss Barbara, thank you so much. I swear, she's like a cheerleader, man.
Yes.
She goes out and she tells folk about the show, and then they just start listening.
Yeah, so she's marketing it.
Yeah, so thank you, my marketing manager. Thank you very much.
This one says, morning, Dr. Tanji. I missed the program last week. Yesterday, someone mentioned prayer for Newport, and I agree. We are in deep problems, and we need prayers.
Yeah.
I have to pack my tree, and like this lady, like this lady, and I do not have any other means of paying my bills. Message here from Andrea Marcus.
Wow.
It says, yeah, we spoke about that yesterday.
Yeah, we did.
It was our final message yesterday. Yeah.
Absolutely.
About the situation and how people aren't earning because they have to close early because of what's going on.
Wow.
And it's, I mean, things happen everywhere. Every country has its problem to face, but this is becoming, this is pretty unusual.
Really?
And, yeah.
Okay.
And that we ever had to pack up shop early for stuff like that.
No.
We hear of gunshots and gun violence,
For
but
sure.
not that frequent, so
Okay.
it can become a little
Okay.
problematic.
Really?
Yeah.
We're gonna have to do something. We're gonna have to do something about it. Seriously, we are. I do know that in times past, when things like this have occurred, yes, we do prayer, okay, and we do fastings, and I believe in prayer and fasting. I do, but I also believe in actions as well. And I don't want to, get into anything that's going to ruffle anyone's feathers, but the truth is the truth. Oftentimes what you see is lack of love.
Yeah.
And it's self-respect.
I have got a lot on my mind that I don't want to say about this, but I don't want to say it sometimes like on this, I wouldn't say it on this platform because I don't want anybody to have an opinion of what they think I'm trying to say. Or but if there's any other platform open to that discussion, I would rather share my opinion.
Wow.
Yeah, because somebody might look at it. Might look at it as maybe political or whatever. And I don't want to bring that.
For sure. I got you.
So we won't do that one here. But
I can really appreciate that, Marlon.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's not that you are insensitive or I am insensitive. We're not that.
No.
But I believe if we're going to have a voice in this, then we need to go to it and not talk about it on the air. Let's go there. Let's go to Beaufort and be that change.
And the thing is, I think that sometimes we get too emotional when it comes to political stuff that we don't allow our country to move forward. We don't allow ourselves to move forward.
That's it.
Because we are too deep into the political system. That we're not looking for the good out of anything. We don't want to. Thinking, but if you said this to you.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying, and I understand what you're not saying.
I do. I like that. All right, I've got a message here. I didn't get a preview, but I'm hoping it's for us, so let's check it out. Okay.
I listened to your voice, and it reminds me of where I was. I understand exactly what you are saying, baby. I do. There are times in our lives when we honestly believe, God, I've done everything that I'm supposed to do. I've prayed, I've fasted, I've read your scriptures, I've even gone to church, I've told people about your goodness, I've screamed, I've cried, and I don't get it. But where you are right now, the enemy, the devil, Satan, friends, wish he could do what God is allowing your faith to go through. He wish he could. He has no reign. He has no power over you. He does not. He's like a 300-pound Rottweiler with no teeth. I know him and he knows me, and we don't like each other. How about that? But what I want to do, my friend, because I've been waiting on your call, because I had you on my mind this morning when I got up, and it was as if I could hear your voice in my head, in my thoughts. You are so very strong. You are so very strong. You listen to me. You have everything that you need to be successful in this life right now. Viruses come. That's the natural law of things. I had a virus. It's the natural law of things. But what you have that the enemy don't have is faith. And no matter how long it takes for you to see what you know to be true, you're not going to be moved by what you see. Now, friend, that's what you called me. Should you need to tie a knot in your faith, then you tie a knot in your faith and you hold on for dear life. But don't you give up. Don't you quit. Don't you throw in the towel. And cry if you must. That's not weakness, honey. It's just a sign of strength. I am going to stay in contact with you because you're the people that give me strength. You're going to make it through this. You are a believer. God has not forgotten you. He knows your name. He knows everything about you. He knows the 3 stages in life that he gave to you. Before he placed you in your mother's womb, while you were in the womb being sanctified, and then coming out of the womb being called a prophet to the nations. That's who you are, my friend. And that is the truth, Ruth.
All right, let's see if we can get at least 3 more messages. Past our time already, but I think we do have a little extra. Anyway.
We do.
Yeah. This one says, good morning, Dr. Tanji and Marlon. A terrific Tuesday to you. I will always say, changing our perspective begins with a relationship with our Maker. A renewed mindset starts with Him. Wisdom begins with Him. And as the word says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. And I think many times we mess up because we think we are so full of knowledge, yet we lack wisdom and apply the knowledge. The word said we should have the mind of Christ. And what is the mind of Christ? A mind of love, forgiveness, humility, a pure heart, a heart of compassion. Unless we abide in Him, there's nothing that's going to be that positive mindset. And even when we are in Him, it's a struggle. But we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. We just need it on to do it. We just can't do it on our own. Magdalena says, have a great day. Thank you very much.
But of course, Maggie.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, baby.
Good morning, Dr. Tanji and Marlon. Natalia here. I appreciate being transparent and being real with us and reminding us to be honest with our Creator. Ask for help when you need it. I need your help answering some questions in your book journaling with Dr. Tanji. There are some deep questions in there. So,
Yeah.
what do you suggest?
I suggest you call 470-534-2216 and send me a personal email, please.
So that number once again is
470-534-2216. Yep.
Okay.
All right. You got the number. I'll be looking out for you, and then what we'll do is
A message.
Yeah. And what I'd like to do, if it's okay with you, is to go a little deeper, make certain that you are getting those principles, applying those keys, and then we move forward. So if you don't mind working with me for about a couple of weeks, I'd love to make certain that you get it. All right?
Yeah. And our final message this morning says, good morning. I've been trying for quite some time, but I've not been successful. Please tell me how to get in touch with Dr. Tanji. Please make this possible.
Okay.
So
470-534-2216. And I've got that phone on my person, okay? That means I am either going to answer it, text you, or email you. And I'm going to do that because, again, you really do matter to me. I love you. And that's what love does. Love is a responsibility. Love is an actionable word, right? I am so grateful to each and every one of you. Wow, man. I appreciate God for trusting me with you. Please know that life really does get above the fray. That we really can live an abundant life. That yes, we have problems. Yes, there are situations, but we've overcome every last one of them. We already have, because we're more than an overcomer. All right. God's willing and the creek don't rise. Tomorrow, same time, same station. You're going to want to join me tomorrow. You're going to be blessed. I swear to you. You really are. All right. I'll see you soon. I love you. Don't forget to smile, man. It makes you feel good. It makes you look better. Live from this place called your soul. That's your mind, your will, and your emotions. Bye.
Sometimes life can knock you off the ground, but surprisingly, an encouraging word can hoist you back to your feet. What we all need is someone in our corner, someone like Dr. Tanji.
Hi. I have 3 questions for you. 1. Have you discovered your purpose? 2. Have you discovered your ability? And 3. Are you planning your life's path?
Dr. Tanji has inspired audiences on radio stations throughout the US and in the Caribbean on KISS FM with the Dr. Tanji Show. Now, sister station Hot 7 TV teams up with KISS FM to bring the Dr. Tanji Show to television.
I will share my wealth of experience, my affinity to life, and assist you in fulfilling your call. By tuning in to the Dr. Tanji Show on Hot 7 TV and KISS FM, you and I will begin to explore the answers to these questions and many more. And in these challenging times, it's just what the doctor ordered. The Dr. Tanji Show comes to Hot 7 TV on the 4th of February.